for something. Yeah, now she been
Man, we are back. Episode 58 of the Swerve City podcast. You see, this is the first episode of 2023. I am running solo today. My man Teasy doing some things with his family, with his children, but it's okay. We're going to get him back in here. You actually already seen this spot. He stayed over here a little while ago. We went to the Jaguars game. We had a blast and all that. His Titans lost. It was hilarious. But anyway, we are here.
Is that the clincher?
That was the clincher. Yeah, he's Monteasy is a Titans fan. So, like, we were happy because we were supporting the team.
Of course, you gotta support
Jags.
the boss.
Yeah. But we were all happy, and TZ was not very happy. I took pictures. I put it on IG. It was a good time for me. But, yeah, so how do y'all like the new setup, y'all?
Yeah, it's great.
How do y'all like it? Well, you don't know. You've never been here before.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
You wait. I'm
talking
doing. We're talking to the audience.
Oh,
Yeah, we're talking to people. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm doing my opening monologue. You ever watch SNL? You gotta do my thing. So this is a really big jump for us. We got our little wall of fame over here. You see some of the greatest guests we've had over here. We've had some great legends.
Better get on the wall.
Yeah.
That's
great legends.
That's the caveat for this, right?
We got some like legends. We got Hall of Famer, freaking legend right there, Jericho. We got music soul child, R&B legend, music like someone who's inspired me on the music side since I was a child. We got future Hall of Famer over there, Bailey, you know, Tony Khan, co-owner of the Jaguars, All Elite Wrestling owner over there, Pat McAfee, freaking pioneer, tycoon media.
Matt McAfee's wearing a shirt.
He is, of course. I wouldn't expect him to, for the brand, I wouldn't expect anything. Like Drew McIntyre, future Hall of Famer, and Hall of Fame legend herself, Miss Lisa Ann. If you don't know.
Nayland Palin.
Whoa. We don't say the P word around here.
What does she do?
We don't say she does entertainment. She's a great media sports person. Yes.
Good transition.
You can cut that.
What a heck of a transition.
Yeah. Anyway.
Good media sports person.
Anyway, truth be told, in this episode, we've been waiting to have another guest, actually. It wasn't supposed to be you guys.
No.
What a way to sweet talk.
Yeah.
It's great.
But, we were supposed to have another guy here, but, I got some visa issues, but you guys don't have visa issues.
No visa issues.
From the same country as well.
Yeah, that's right. Figure it out, Kenny.
Yeah. We've been waiting a month. He went to Japan, can't come down the street.
Yeah. How about it?
Yeah. But we do got Daddy Magic and Angelo Parker here of the Jericho Appreciation Society.
Oh,
yeah.
My guys, my friends, my pals, they have such a great story that we're going to discuss and talk about. We're going to get into it. They've been together for God knows, like, plus 30 years.
Yeah,
30 years these guys known each other, been going on the grind in the business of professional wrestling, this industry. I call it the entertainment industry because I don't think there's a difference. I think it's all the same.
Nope. We're on a TV show.
Yep.
One way of looking at it.
Sports entertainment.
That's for sure.
So we got them guys. We're gonna get into some things, but first of all, this is what day is this? January 27th.
Right.
It was when we're recording this. By the time y'all see it, it'll be like a week from now. We had a wonderful, amazing, beautifully done. Like, I don't think it could have been done any better to any more perfection. Tribute show to, rest in peace, the late, great Jay Briscoe, former Ring of Honor, multi-time Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion for the company. Meant so much to, like, not only just to Ring of Honor, but the wrestling world itself. And you've seen, like, and for him to not be able to wrestle in certain companies and stuff, all those other companies still showed respect the night of his passing, which shows you how much impact he had.
Yeah, it was wild.
Like,
I was really like taken back by the news, and just to hear like Booker T announce that and pay those respects live on the air on NXT was a big deal. I think people actually understand the impact of that, how big of a deal that is.
One thing I love about the weird thing about the wrestling industry now is that it's become really tribal.
Yeah,
it was like that with WCW.
Like,
stuff.
this is
Everyone
ours.
was a
He's
WCW
ours.
fan. Everyone was a WWE fan. But when something like that happens, it's really beautiful to see just all of that just go away. Because when it comes to that, that's real life.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, whether you knew the dude or you didn't, You knew him by reputation. You knew his body of work.
Yes.
There's no question that they're one of the greatest tag teams in the history of professional wrestling.
Ever.
And you honor that because at the end of the day, whether we're working for the same company or not, we're all part of this brotherhood that, or brotherhood, sisterhood, all of this that just travels this road. And
Yeah, fan base included too.
Yeah.
Because like I felt like everybody felt like they lost one of theirs. It's not like, oh, you lost one of yours. No, we've lost ours.
Yeah.
It's almost like the DeMar Hamlin situation in the NFL with the Buffalo Bills. Like all the fans like across the NFL felt it. It wasn't like, no, he's a Bill.
Yeah, I think all the teams had changed their Twitter profile to the 3, right?
Yeah, like people were painting the number 30 on the 30-yard line. They painted the 3 on there.
Wearing his shirt for the warm-ups and stuff like that. Yeah, it's just nice when something like that happens. Everyone just bands together and it's
And like Jay had never worked for the company or anything either.
No, not once. But like they knew who he was. That shows you how like far, like you may not know how much you are impacting your industry.
It's a great point.
You never know because you don't know. You're just going and you're going and you're going, and it's easy to get caught up with like what I could be doing, what I should be doing, where I want to be, but I'm not there. But you can look back and like sometimes there's people like you got a fan base of your own that just looks at like what you have done and be like, yo, this may not have.
They pointed out to you on Twitter.
They pointed out to you, or in person, They bring something to sentimental value of like you did like a 45-second promo in this city, in this arena, in this like show, but that 45 seconds like is a lifetime memory for this person. So like, don't ever like downplay how much of an impact that you have on your fan base
You're right,
and what you do. Yeah,
and we have to remember that as performers. Like, I think that Dusty Rhodes had said, maybe I read in his book that. When he was booking cards, he knew it didn't matter if it was like a preliminary wrestler. That guy is somebody's favorite wrestler in the audience.
Yes.
And so he made sure to like book with everybody with respect.
Everybody had a care.
Exactly.
Yeah. Everybody mattered.
Yeah.
That's something that Roman said. I remember hearing somebody say that like, because I remember I wasn't there, but I was like, somebody told me this kind of story through third party type thing. Yeah. And somebody was just like a member of the roster was just they weren't doing much that night, but they were on TV or whatever. They were like, hey man, what you got tonight? They were like, nothing. I don't matter. It's just something, whatever. It was maybe just some backstage thing. And Roman had stopped and like held this dude's shoulder and was like, everybody matters. Yeah. And that like just that kind of like from coming from him and speaking it like that, so like directly to him. That kind of like that can change your whole perspective of your job that night.
Yeah,
and it's tough sometimes. Just think from the other guy's perspective, right? Like the real life aspect, because the more he's feeling that way for a reason, and then when cuts come around, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a wanting more is understandable, also.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like there's times you never want to feel like you're not giving to the product.
You're contributing.
At least contributing, being a valued member, whatever your role is.
Yeah.
Whatever that role is at any given time. But like a lot of it comes down to perspective.
Yep.
It's just life in general. Like you can have the worst perspective and have the greatest life and it's going to be awful.
For sure.
You'd have a great perspective and have a hard life and you're still going to get through. So you make the best of it.
Yeah. It's also like, to Roman's point, it's like, if you take the little that you're given, you make the most of it and you own it, and it could lead to more.
It could lead to more.
It's almost like a Terry's lesson of being given the Red Rooster, and he says, had I taken that and ran with it and really,
if he owned it,
could have done more.
What more could have come from that? You never know, and that's basically the life lesson of these things. With like going back to Jay, like you never know. Yeah. So take every opportunity and make it the most out of it. No matter how small it is, no matter if it's like you're here in the arena rocking, you're not on TV, you're not in the match that night, but you got like a little small segment. Yeah. Like take those little seconds to make an impression on somebody who's watching on YouTube, in the audience, like who's going to watch the episode that night. Like Rampage is on tonight.
I feel like we've kind of been the kings of that.
Oh, yes, that's why you guys are here.
Just making the most out of little.
But that's.
Are we swearing? Can we curse? Are we not cursing?
You're giving him more work, but
you're beeping it out.
Yeah. You're giving him more work, but
my bad, dog. That's true.
Yeah, but like it like that's why I feel like you guys coming here with this perspective and speaking on those kind of things, like that's a testament to the business itself. that's a testament to all. Like, you guys are the walking prime example of that, and I respect you guys so much because of that. And like, I wouldn't have you guys here if I didn't believe that.
Yeah.
You know, driving 50 miles out here.
35 miles.
Yeah.
An hour and a half.
Yeah.
I
To get out here to tell this story and
no
make
problem.
someone's night, make someone's life,
The
man.
red lights, guys.
Yeah,
I've had it.
It's enough.
Florida red
On
lights.
and up.
I can't.
Oh, they
do
go
it.
on forever.
I
These
can't
the
do
red
it.
lights in Florida.
I don't make parties. I don't make many
Like,
parties, man. Because if I'm a minute late,
Why can't
I'm gone.
Why can't the red light just be I don't know, 20 seconds, 30 seconds?
Just enough
No,
to
no.
get by.
It goes
Just
by
give me a
5
guy.
minutes.
Just
It goes
just-
5 minutes.
Just
sometimes.
give a guy a
It's
job. Sit him on the corner. Just put the
not that hard.
paddle up. I want to go back to 1910. Put the paddle up. Just put the red paddle up. Boom.
Job
Boom.
creation.
Maybe you can
know?
negotiate with him like,
Trickle down
hey,
economics.
hey, my man, I've been here 12 seconds. Come on.
Come on here.
You know,
Oh, there's
just
nobody.
boom.
I remember Sami Zayn said once, blowing through a red light late at night. There's nobody around. He goes, "That's a victimless crime.
Victimless crime.
Victimless crime.
It's a victimless crime. There's nobody around."
I remember in Mexico on tour buses, they would do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, but they were like, had no intention of stopping. They were just driving.
Oh boy.
just cruising.
Because you can't stop sometimes in Mexico.
With those buses, though, like, you were not stopping. But I was like,
Garza has some stories of stopping him.
boy.
oh my
Anyways,
goodness.
I don't know if we.
Oh,
that was,
yeah. I remember those.
The other day, I was losing my mind. I'm just trying to take a left turn, sitting at a red light, and the thing is, everybody else at the intersection turning left to come this way. Of course, they don't respect a yellow light. They try and sneak in. So then they sit there and they block the entire intersection.
Yellow doesn't mean maybe.
One time, okay, fine, it happens. 2 times in a row at this light. I was losing my mind. I was there for like 7 minutes. I was trying to just go and get some groceries.
Man, so we are in 2023 right now.
Oh yeah.
Who,
That's like
like,
that.
would you guys ever would have thought that y'all would have been in a wrestling sports entertainment faction on television weekly with one of the greatest wrestlers of our generation of all time, Chris Jericho, in 2023 in America?
Not a chance.
Could have
In
never
America!
Just could have never imagined.
In
it, you know?
America!
Chance.
You think to where we were 2 years ago, I guess now. You know.
Yeah, dude.
Right, buried in a factory, just not getting any eyes. Nobody really gives a damn. And it's just like, what do we got to do to get noticed? So we start a YouTube thing.
Which
and,
I love that thing. Like,
Thank you.
elaborate on it to these
Thank you.
people at home, you know?
Yeah, so when we were in the WWE, we felt like we had nothing going, so we decided to take matters into our own hand and create a show, just a YouTube show, kind of like what we're doing right here.
Yeah.
It's just the two of us. It was almost started as a parody of the show.
Yeah, so
So they had Talking Smack.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Raw Talk.
Yeah.
And the initial idea was to do a parody of that for 205 Live.
Yeah, Taco 5 Live.
Yeah.
That was the original idea, to just
Huh.
kind of like do a parody of it. Because again, we're on this show 205 Live, which gets no love. Like gets no love.
you were there.
Yeah, exactly.
I was around, yeah.
Tons of
Yeah.
We had
talent.
some
Like
feud.
great stuff.
I
on
guarantee you they wish they had that 205 Live roster right about now.
Right.
Like,
Just
there's a lot of
loaded with
gems.
talent.
There's
Loaded
a
with
ton
talent.
loaded with gems.
And I think it's just the history of the show. We were just so happened to be that roster at that time that was also, and then we're in the
It's opportunity.
PC area.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's opportunity, but it's like, it's just off to the wayside. Like,
Yeah.
sure, you can do something on that show that can catch some eyes, but man, you're fighting an uphill battle.
It's kind of like the higher ups. Are they even watching?
yeah.
Are they even watching?
But they were. I remember one time I had a match with I'm gonna say his name, Jack Galler,
Yeah.
and
I remember.
and I came to the back. Paul Heyman said, "I loved the finish to that match.
Oh yeah.
I love that." So I'm like, that's why I'm like, I always give like my creative all
Yeah.
Of course.
something. I'm not necessarily going to like kill myself to like make sure somebody sees it, but like
Calculated risk.
yeah, but like
Calculated
it,
risk.
but it was just like, okay, I'm gonna put my creative prowess out there. I'm not gonna like pull down like, let's just go.
No,
with
this is
it.
this
Yeah.
is the opportunity you're being
Yeah.
given.
Yeah.
You go and you make the most of it.
Yeah,
It just felt like we were on an island sometimes.
for sure.
So we knew we needed to do something.
Yeah.
We knew we needed to do something. So we got with one of the social media guys, one of the media guys, Anthony. We just said, hey, because we would just be doing.
Anthony.
At first, we started by just doing promos for like we just put them on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, okay, you're not going to put it on WWE Digital or whatever, but like we know that in order for us to stand out, we have to talk. We weren't getting opportunity to talk on 205 or on NXT, so we're like, if we don't talk, you're basically handcuffing.
Yeah,
us.
and they're not just going to go, oh, hey, you guys, you here's 30 seconds of TV time. Just go talk.
Yeah.
That's just not going to happen. You have to show them that you can talk. And like
Yeah.
promo class with Ryan Katz. I mean, we would do those every week. You did them as well, and,
Yeah.
and that was another thing. Like, I mean, we showed what we could do, but did it matter? I don't know.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Type of thing.
There was sometimes like I always try like because once again you get in that mix of like who's seeing this, where does it go in, what does it matter? But there was sometimes those exercises was just like fun for me, like
Oh, of course.
especially when it was like live and you had to like react to this person coming out down the ring. You didn't like I was like I like this.
There was good coaching involved, and you're getting your reps in, and you could try new stuff, and you're throwing things against the wall. But as far as I don't know, like getting noticed for television, I don't think that was the case. At least not for us.
We were also getting a lot of feedback of being like, you're really good at what you do, but don't do it.
At least for those promo classes.
And which I do understand. I do get that. But at the same time where it's like, well, in this promo class, I got to show you what
I got to give you the
what
best,
you can put on TV.
Version. Yes.
Right.
I got to show you that.
Yes.
And like they were just like, well, we don't do 80s wrestling.
Or it's like we know you're great at this, and we know you can do that. So this week just try something else. But then I'm like, if we try something else, and that's what Hunter sees, or something, you know what I mean? And it's oh god, the PC's such a mind.
I think we got the vibe that they didn't want us to be us, or they didn't understand what we were.
Right.
So we just said, well, let's show them.
Yeah.
And we created this little show. Like it started as a parody, right? But then it just became like, well, we're conceptualizing like, what do we do? Well, let's do a talk show. Where we just talk. We'll talk about what's going on, and then that just started to grow. Like we're just doing it for Twitter at first. We were just filming it for ourselves and just putting it on our own Twitter.
I remember because it was we were doing the promos like you said. We were doing promos every week. But if you're not booked in a match, you're not gonna have a promo. Like you don't have anything to talk about. So it's just like.
But if we have a show, this looks very Addams Family-ish.
I agree.
Continue.
I agree.
That's the one I'm talking about.
If we have a show that's about the show,
then
every week
we got something to talk about.
Yep.
And also being at the Performance Center, well, now we can get people in the mix. Like, we can just have Dexter Loomis show up and be creepy, or you know what I mean? Like, just have somebody around. And that just started to kind of like it took off a little bit on our Twitters.
Yes. So, I was tuning in every week.
I think it was by like the 7th or 8th episode. Now they're starting to have talk of like Anthony's pushing it through to be like, hey, can we get this on the 205 Live?
Oh, that's right.
Twitter.
That's right.
Yeah, Anthony,
a little bit more reach. Yeah. Okay, cool. So for I think 2 weeks we moved it over to the 205 thing, and then we on our own just started pushing like, why isn't this on the NXT Twitter?
That's right. I went to NXT
because we were just like, we're getting numbers. There's views here. Yeah. People are watching it. Put it like
William Shatner was retweeting it.
Oh my god!
Really.
Oh my god!
William Shatner.
Yeah, William Shatner.
McAfee.
Yeah,
but that like you never know who's reaching. That's why I say like you got to put your all into certain things because you never know who's reaching it. You never know. Like these phones are way more powerful, kind of too powerful. In certain instances,
because your mistakes will live forever.
Yes, they will. And it's written in ink, blot. Yeah. But this is so powerful. You never know how far you can reach just by like somebody like a third party that William Shatner's following could just retweet it and it catches his eye. It's just like it's you got more of a chance of it than like mixtape spawning on Dr. Dre's desk. I'll tell you that much.
And it also speaks to the power of relationships too. Because I mean, like when you're this applies to so many things, but like we're talking about Jay Briscoe earlier, this applies to him as well. It's like he touched everybody he had a relationship with, whether you're friends or because he's just an amazing person.
Yeah.
Like just to lit up rooms that he's in.
That's what life's about.
And so like through that it was like, well, people like us as people. So they're, you're doing something fun. Let me throw a retweet here. Oh, I'm willing to help you guys because I see you guys are helping. You're good dudes. And
you're working hard. You're
doing something.
People respect hard work. Yeah. You know what I mean? So they're more willing to help you out. You know, as I'm sure you found out throughout your
this whole podcast. The same time y'all were doing that, we were doing this and growing this and building relationships. And I was like, I have a relationship with Pat. I have a relationship with so and so. I have a relationship with these guys. You know, because like. They respect you.
Yep.
And that's how like you got this on the network at one point in time, right? Like that's you're not getting that if you're a terrible person.
No
matter how good your stuff is, no matter what you do to get it on, if you're
they knew what we were responsible enough to give them stuff that they could put on. We weren't just raunchiness. Blah blah blah.
I forgot that happened. What an accomplishment!
Thank you.
Cool. No, for sure.
Yeah. But
so yeah, we got onto the NXT Twitter,
and then to the WWE Twitter,
and WWE Twitter,
and then.
but you had them stages, and I like to see that it was boom.
Well, it's,
boom,
like you were
boom.
saying, it was gaining trust. It was like, oh,
Equity,
we see what they're
the
doing.
equity
Yeah,
word.
there you go. The sweat equity. The sweat equity.
I think a big part of what helped us in that aspect is we were doing this show obviously to get ourselves over, but we weren't going into business for ourselves. We were
That's the difference.
We were respecting if we had like Karrion Kross on, for example. We were respecting what he
His
was
character.
doing on TV.
Didn't make him look like a fool.
Dexter
Yeah.
Lumis. We were trying to make sure, and like not trying to create storylines for ourselves, not shitting on the product, not saying this and that, like just being positive, promoting everything, and just showing, hey, here's us as people.
Do you think that's where like a lot of people get mixed up with like, oh man, like I didn't get the opportunity. Well, what was your intentions?
yeah.
What were you? What
Sometimes,
were
yeah,
you?
It could happen.
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
I think that's why a lot of people sometimes don't get those opportunities or don't go any further with it because they see what the real intention is behind it. It's not pure. It's not for. It's a give and take.
Yes.
It has to be something for them too.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You know,
Of course.
it has
And
to-
look,
you know what I mean?
it's hard to resist. It's
Yeah.
hard to resist when you feel like you're fighting something and you got to find something to break out and stand out.
Yeah.
To not
People
like
have to trust you.
be super
Yeah.
focused on, well, this is what I want to do and this is what I want to
Or you're
present.
searching for
Well,
something that's going to
Yeah.
get loud
Yeah.
and it's going to take viral.
Yeah.
But then it's like, okay, was it worth it? Because in the end, it didn't really.
Right.
You didn't gain growth
Right.
from it. It just happened.
So, yeah. So we moved to the WWE Twitter.
Yep.
Went to the YouTube, and then I think well, that was right at the end, right before we got the old bootski. But at some point, somebody had taken notice.
Yeah.
It had, got Hunter's attention, and he started writing it into the show,
Yeah, yeah.
into the NXT show. So that was cool.
Because we got coffee.
Never got to pay it off. But
We
it was
no,
cool.
we never did. We got coffee mugs made for it. We made it a whole thing. Like just the
Uh-huh.
coffee mug is a thing. Like we did that on our own.
Yeah.
And then eventually we're like, okay, they brought out a t-shirt for us. And that t-shirt sold really well. For people who literally
Yeah,
weren't on
who
TV.
aren't on
We're on
TV.
205 Live and we're doing this show.
Yeah.
We sold out. And that was like,
Oh, that's right. They did sell
Yeah,
out.
they sold
Yeah,
out.
the initial batch.
And
Yeah.
that was kind of like, that was the first thing we're like,
Could have been 20 shirts, but you know they
Still
whatever
sold
it
out.
was. Yeah.
That's 20 fans.
But that was
Yeah.
the first time
That's
where it
20
was
people
like,
that
there was
care.
that noticeable, like, oh, I think these dudes
There's
are doing
something
something.
here, yeah.
So yeah, Hunter starts writing into the show, like we do little stuff, just being in the back, sipping on our mugs while some drama's going on or stuff like that. And like it was starting to, and then we started having discussions about getting it on the WWE YouTube.
Yeah.
Like we want this on the show, on the channel. We're like, all right, let's go. Well, let's lay it out. What does that entail? So we filmed the first one for it, goes up, really good numbers, awesome show. Do the second one. Before we got to the third one, we got canned.
Yeah.
See you later.
Yeah.
Ah.
No, sorry, it was only
Is
one.
it-
We only
It's
did
only
one.
did one?
We only did one.
Ah.
Yeah.
Is that three's a charm? Ah, yeah.
So
But
we got all the way up there with it, and then
I love like y'all had that camaraderie and that chemistry like doing the show. Where did that stem from? Where did that start? Like back in Canada. Where are you guys originally from?
Montreal.
Montreal, just
Montreal.
outside of
Yeah.
Montreal. Yeah.
Okay.
South Shore.
It really just comes from like, so I think it comes from our time in Chikara mostly. If I'm
Oh,
being
okay.
honest, because like, I mean, I can openly admit that we're not going to go into the ring and wow you with our physical abilities. It's just not going to happen. Like when you have these guys in this world, like your Pox and Ricochets, who can do this stuff that's incredibly
Phoenix.
athletic, Phoenix and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and then you have people who are just physical
We're seeing
specimens.
6-man tags,
Like
and all of them are spectacular
Insane.
and not
Yeah.
like the other.
sidebar on that,
like
but the creativity to do 7 of those matches, and all of them are so terribly,
All of them
beautifully
differently.
different.
Just
Yeah.
different.
But we knew
Ugh.
that going in with that, like, and,
How do you stand out?
and I think Quackenbush also realized that too. Was like, 'cause they were very big on DVD sales, and before every
Oh,
match
yeah.
they do promos. So we started doing those every single time we were on a show. And that kind of just built, like, we worked through a lot. Like, you go back and watch some of the old ones now, I'm like, oh, they're so bad.
It was even like before that though, right? Like IWS was the same thing.
Yeah.
And the
Watching
thing about,
this.
yeah, right? The thing about Quebec is the company that we started was very predominantly French.
Okay.
So we're the 2 English guys in this French company. But the thing about Quebecois or the Quebecois people is that they're very how could you say, like they're hungry to be part of like American culture or
Oh,
or-
okay.
so because we were English, they put us on a pedestal in a way, and we were kind of goofy, and I think that's really where it
Yeah. Yeah,
Really
because
started,
IWS
you
would
know what I mean?
they were ahead of their time.
Yeah.
IWS had an
Yeah.
internet show called Bloodstream. I don't even know how it went out. I don't even know what platform it was
Some
on.
of
This
some,
is
they,
before
I think they
YouTube.
just had their own bandwidth and put it out because
On
they
the
were with
website, yeah.
Wild Rose,
Oh, right. Yeah.
which was like a porn company,
Yeah.
basically.
Hell yeah.
So they were having that. It was ahead of its time.
That's good.
So I think, yeah.
A real
respect.
pervert, Swerve. So
Hey,
this guy's
I
a
respect-
pervert,
He
I respect
the
the S
industry.
workers.
Yeah.
you know?
So
They need their rights.
it's just a lot of it's just
We're all
a,
workers.
It's a lot of years of promos,
All of
a
it.
lot of years,
Sports
and a lot of
entertainment.
hours in cars. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of time.
Yes.
A lot of it comes from just trying to pop the boys. To be honest,
That's
Well,
usually
that is where a lot of it comes
it's a
from.
lot of gems come
just
from
trying to
that.
pop the boys.
Oh, buddy laughed at this. Okay, maybe we'll
Yeah.
try this.
I'm like,
on
oh,
TV.
Yeah.
oh,
So
okay.
You figure
Yeah.
if you can pop the boys, we're the most cynical of them all.
Yeah, we're the hardest
Yeah.
critics.
Most cynical. It's
We're
like,
worse.
You know,
Like
similar
seen
to-
it, done it.
Yeah, in stand-up comedy, it's the
Yeah.
same too, right?
Yep.
It's hard
Oh.
to impress another comedian.
If you notice, if you watch our show, like we're episode 58 now, like throughout many of our seasons episodes, we kind of streamline a lot of our
Yeah.
experiences with all these other different forms of
course.
entertainment, and
Of
there's a
course.
lot of similarities with them. Everybody's hitting spots, Lisa Ann, and we're all like kind of like going in and like kind of like going through the same struggle and have the same beats and rhythms, especially with like entertaining an audience,
Very much
crowd,
so.
you know. So
Trying to stand out, trying to find something that makes you unique.
yes, in a world with a lot of options,
That's for sure.
a lot of
boy.
options, a lot of free options.
Popping the boys, that feels good, huh?
Oh, it's the
You
best.
pop the boys.
It's the best.
Oh, so good. Like sometimes
It's
you
an
pop
internal-
Jericho.
an internal
and then-
badge.
And then he goes, "You got to use that on TV." You know?
Yeah.
It feels good.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh my goodness! Like I love the vets that are like that. The older vets, they're
Yeah.
just like, oh my god, oh yeah, we get it.
It's good.
Yeah, I'm like,
good.
can we save that one? Save
Yeah.
that one. Yeah.
That's
get his
it's a sidebar. There's one thing I will say about that dude is that he's so smart as to what works or to what can work. He's very much in touch with the pulses. You know, somebody who's been doing it forever. Like it's pretty simple for someone in that position to stay stuck in their ways.
Yeah.
Right. Like to say
It's
no,
worked-
well, this
it's worked
is what
here.
works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what works, and he's not wrong. But also, this
He's
could
so
work. This
open-minded.
that. So
He's so open-minded to
Oh, yeah.
anything. Like when we did the PWG a couple weeks ago, he was so open to everybody's ideas
Yeah.
and wanting to work with the PWG guys.
Yeah.
I feel
was
like
incredible.
I feel like he understands the idea of like, well, this is what's like this is what's
Now.
it's well no this is what it's built itself to be.
Yeah.
Why would I try to?
Yeah.
And no, this is what we're doing because this is what
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
Like no, follow along with what this is what's built
In
this cult following
Yes.
and stuff. So you kind of all right. Let me gel in.
Yeah.
Let me
but you have to.
you know.
He,
you-
was
that's
out
how-
there, he did the slow motion spot.
Yeah.
With them,
Yeah.
yeah, you don't like
with
you don't
us,
go
with everybody.
you don't go to a house party that plays like, oh, I don't listen to this music, so I'm gonna
Let's put on some
change-
country.
yeah, let me-
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
let's,
country.
this is that good stuff. This is the stuff that's always chart top.
You know what this
a little
party
Luke
needs?
Bryan.
Chart
Little
topping
Teddy
over here.
Pendergrass right now.
Yeah.
Let's really bring this
Come
down.
on, go into that since we're talking about the old man Jericho. You know, like
Oh,
how
don't
do
say
we
that.
go? Whoa,
Easy.
Nah, he's the best.
Yes,
It's
yeah.
just he really is.
How
the
did y'all
best.
get into the society?
So
Question.
the first, so we had
Don't try to figure it
kind
out.
of like met him when we were doing extra work for WWE at times, but like that's about it.
Yeah, it
right?
doesn't
Like Kevin would just be like, "Oh, here's my buddies," and I'd say, "Hey." But after we got released from WWE, Kevin Owens reached out to him and just said, "Hey, can you get my buddies on the podcast? Like they're good dudes. Like they just need something.
Canadian.
They need.
I think y'all that podcast really like hit the waves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
big.
Well, it was
I remember.
the first thing we do after getting released, which is always a hot topic, right? Like everyone wants to hear the story, and we had never been on it, so it's cool. And like he just said, "All right, I don't know these people, but I trust you,
Yeah,
so
just Kevin.
I guess have him come to my house,"
Invited us to his house.
which is
Amazing.
that podcast.
yeah. Showed up with a big bottle of Grey Goose and
Oh
some
yeah.
maple
that was a
syrup
great
for
call.
him.
Where's my Grey Goose? Jesus
Yeah,
Christ!
Just
Yeah,
showed up
poof.
That's why you get Dasani.
the worst of the
Yeah.
waters too.
The Sandy, the worst water.
It was the first thing that they had at the door.
For
a reason.
We do that podcast and like we just hit it off like as pals.
Yeah.
Like we do the podcast and we sat around and shot the shit for a while and it was just like, oh, we get along. Awesome. And like it's funny because we did that podcast on a Monday.
Yeah.
On Tuesday we were going to Jacksonville
for
to
Dark.
do Dark for AEW and then Wednesday was the homecoming where we ended up on TV there. But so we finished the podcast, and Chris is like, "All right, because I know you, what do you have left on your like no compete clause? What's going on?" He goes, "I'm gonna see if I can get you guys."
He was gonna like put a word in,
some work, and hopefully try.
A word,
and then we were like,
well,
funny thing.
That's a heavy word.
Funny thing.
So happens that we already signed, so we'll see you tomorrow.
He's like, "Hey, you didn't tell me." I was like, "Yeah, but you don't know. You don't know what's a test, what's not a test."
Yeah, we're coming off of WWE PTSD where
that becomes a thing,
right?
Yeah. They're like, "Oh, did I say too much?"
So yeah, I mean, he's told this story a lot too from his view, but he was feuding with Eddie Kingston at the time, and since we started with the company, we'd been a feud with Eddie Kingston and John Moxley, kind of just always kind of coming together in some different ways.
God, that is wild.
So
that's how we started.
They were kind of using us in that as a little bit of a piece to bridge the gap between them, and that was kind of our role.
They had like a 2-3 months before the pay-per-view.
Yeah,
right.
You know,
this is Revolution. Right?
So this is December. So to bridge to get to December to March, they were going to use us a little bit. You know what I mean?
Was that once again? It's a role.
Yes, absolutely.
That connected these big acts to get to somewhere and destination. It doesn't get there without these roles.
That was really our role for the first year. Like with us and Garcia was just kind of like
the Darby Punk.
Yeah, beatable group of like we can get beat and not be hurt, and we can help bridge the gap to lead to this. So bring these people to go to here or help them get wins to go here. And that was like, oh, perfect. Excellent. Love this role. That's great. Like we're getting a ton of TV time. Like it's funny. It's not a lot, but some people are complaining, oh, they're getting really pushed. I'm like, we weren't getting pushed. We were just being utilized as a utility role. Great.
People are like, I think our generation or our fan, like
couch too comfy, guys.
I told you. That's yawn one. I'm counting.
It's just yawn. I gotta get some water.
Yep. Yeah. So like they're like, I think they don't see the how valuable loss can be, and there's weight to that. You know, like
we're heels, we can lose.
Yeah.
Or a babyface can lose.
Yes.
A babyface can lose and come out better on the other end. Like people need to see a little bit of, like, you know, like
overcome something.
Overcome, like, but or like I understood where I understood that pain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I want to understand that person's pain.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Of course.
We need to understand.
You can relate to Superman. You know, not too many people.
Because there's no pain.
No.
There's no pain to it. But I can understand the pain of like getting so close, fighting so much, or like I know he's better than him, but he still lost. Like what? Like there's multiple different layers of pain and loss, and there's value to that. And I don't think like our generation is used to that anymore.
No, I don't think so either. It's the like what we do is basically trying to get an emotional reaction. At the end of the day, that's what we're doing. We're making connections, trying to get an emotional reaction. And if there's no struggle, well, then where's an emotional reaction? Where was it?
Right. No. So we were bridging that gap for them to get the Revolution.
Yes.
And at some point, Chris had the idea to. Somebody had planted a seed with Santana and Ortiz that. Like there was a little friction there
during a promo. He basically said that the reason Santana and Ortiz hadn't won the tag titles is because of Chris.
I remember that promo.
The Inner Circle.
I remember that.
And that planted a seed in Chris's mind. We're like, oh man, maybe. And I think he was hearing maybe. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but the reaction of things. And Chris always knows, as we know, he knows when it's time for a change, right? He knows when it's time to
read the room.
Yeah, read the room, and he knows when it's time to switch things up. And he's like, I think this is an opportunity right here. To split the Inner Circle and start a whole new thing.
Yeah.
And he's going to start a whole new thing with.
Yeah. I've heard him say it this way because there was a possibility of them splitting up us and Garcia. And Chris was like, wow, they've done so much work over the last year. And like, we really made sure that when we started, we're like, the three of us got together said, look,
we're together all the time.
We're together all the time. This is our thing now. We're a crew. We're not just we're becoming best friends because our livelihood depends on each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we did everything to make sure that, hey, like, even if we're not being featured, we're not being pushed, whatever it is, people are going to know that we are a thing.
We'll click.
So Chris was like, well, why would you break them up? Like, why don't you keep them together? Better yet,
you already got the roots planted
better. Why don't you keep them together with me?
Yeah.
So that was where it started. And then he obviously wanted to keep Jake. So that's just kind of how it came together. And that was during that storyline. He knew that it was time to pivot from Inner Circle. He knew it was time for him to turn. he didn't feel like it was right to split the three of us up.
So he took us on.
Right there.
The orphans.
Yeah.
I made a home. Yeah.
I would like that to be our little, like, you know, like there's a big group, but then like this section of it, they're the orphans.
Yeah.
I would like that. You know?
They're the
I would like
orphans.
that. It's like there's the outsiders in the NWO.
Yeah.
You know, like
The orphans.
We're the orphans. I like that word because of the Warriors movie.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the orphans. We're the orphans. That's just me.
Take it.
Yes, man. Talk about the blood and guts match.
Blood and guts match.
The B's and the G's.
Yeah. That was something.
Yeah.
New York, Detroit.
Yeah.
10,000 people.
Yeah.
Live on television. And the timing of that match.
Yeah.
And making sure you get to your commercial breaks and this and that.
And everybody's just so spread out, so wide.
How do you communicate?
So,
you know?
I remember when it first came up, when the idea of it first came up, like it's
He's
intimidating.
missing his spot. He's way over there.
It's intimidating.
Same
when
thing
you
with
get
the Anarchy.
Broadway. Yeah, Anarchy was.
Anarchy was incredible.
Yeah.
I had to follow that shit.
Yeah, you did.
Oh,
You
yeah.
guys
Yeah.
were in a rough spot. You were right before the main, right?
Yeah, we were match
Right before the main?
14.
Yeah. Of a 10-hour show.
There's more.
After y'all went everywhere. Y'all hit
yeah.
the cameras.
Yeah. My blood is still stained on the T-Mobile Arena.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that one was Anarchy was nuts. Blood and Guts was crazy, but like, man, I thought I was very close to passing away in that match. I bled so much.
And it was like coagulated.
Hanging upside down.
Yeah, that was like I had stopped bleeding at that point finally, and then I did that hanging upside down thing, and I'm just looking down, and I'm just seeing it pouring.
Yeah.
And
So
like
with that, I think of like the Jimmy Jacobs.
right. So it was Age
Oh,
of the
that was
Fall.
the Age of the Fall where he's hanging
Yep.
from the thing.
Every time I see
Back
anybody
here,
upside down,
Was that the Briscoes?
Yeah, it was the Briscoes.
That was
Briscoes, yep.
It was Age of the Fall, and it was also Predator. I got that from Predator.
Yep.
It's something I saw, but that one was crazy. Like it's crazy to like take a step back from that and realize what it was, because it's like, you know, it's going to be a constant thing in a conversation, but it was like when you look at where we were not too long ago, like a year and a half, I guess it was to that point, like just trying to do this YouTube show just to stand out.
It was the same week.
being in like
that we had gotten let go.
Yeah,
It was the same week that Blood and Guts match was the same week a year prior.
Yeah.
We had been let go at the end of June 2001.
And then you're in this ridiculous match with like what, four different former world champions in there.
Oh, yeah,
and
you
like
had Chris, Moxley, Swagger, Hager.
Chris,
That's
Chris,
3 world champions.
yeah,
in Hall of Famers.
You know what I mean?
yeah. It's so it was
no. Brian wasn't in that one. Brian
No,
was
he
in,
wasn't.
it was
It was
in the other
Anarchy.
one.
Yeah, but
was
they,
Claudio-
but
Claudio
still, like
Gabbard.
that's adds
Yeah.
that to that resume.
Yeah.
Like just think about like the jump from like your resume.
Yeah.
In those
Wild, right?
couple weeks and
Wild.
months, and like I said, like I was every time we were walking past the hallway, I would say how proud of you guys I am.
Yeah.
And like I'm like, because I know the pain y'all were going through. I know the struggling.
You're hungry.
I
You're
was like-
hungry.
I
How
was
many
like,
times we're sitting
man.
around at the PC just knowing you can do more,
oh
knowing
my
you have
God.
something to offer,
so much
knowing
more to
you
give.
can contribute,
Who do I give it to?
right? And you're just like there comes a point where you're waiting because you know that a lot of this job is just waiting for the opportunity to come and staying ready for it.
Then it gets to the point you get in those dark thoughts. I'm like, you don't want to be there, but like it's not like who do you get it? Who gives it to you? Who do you take it from?
Right.
And now it's sort of like
Yeah.
don't want to get to there,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that's this. It's this so
There is
easy.
a sink or swim element to it.
There
Like,
is. Like it was a brotherhood.
Because
Yeah,
there's
but-
the clock is ticking. The clock
Yeah.
is always ticking.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I
On your
w- I w-
contract, on your life, like it's always ticking. So sometimes it just becomes it's now or never.
I always say that. I'm like,
know?
I always say like, okay, boom, debut.
Now what?
The clock's ticking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When is it going to get dry?
It's like,
Yeah.
New move. Clock is ticking. When are people going to get tired of it?
or it's always I like to say, what's next?
Yep.
It's always what's next.
New gear. When is
this-
the time to switch it up?
This
to
is
pants?
this is gonna come to an end, and then what? And then what's after that?
Yep.
You know what I mean? And you got to keep that ball rolling. But back to the match, it's like, it was so and the thing about that match. So this is how many guys? 4, 5 guys, 6 guys. It was 6 on 6.
6 on 6.
It added
That alone is just
2-minute intervals or whatever. But what people don't realize, what people forget about that match is Santana blows out his knee in the middle of that match. So we just
It was early, right?
We just
Very.
yeah.
yeah.
Yes, the first third of the match, we just lose a guy who's intricate to the entire thing. So everything had to get reshuffled live on television.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
When you're spread out.
And so Santana was in the match.
Where's the Fightful Awards for that?
He was in the,
Come on.
he was in the match for 30 seconds, man, and I got dumped on my head, tore my rotator cuff and my labrum.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much I can do or how much I can do, not do. And he just got taken out. So I'm like, I got to stay in. I can't leave. I'm not leaving.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And Bryce is checking on me and he's like, okay, can you go? What do I do? I go, I'm staying.
Yeah.
And I know I still
figure this out.
At the end, I have a torn shoulder. I still got to climb to the top of the fucking cage.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
With blood coming down and thumbtacks in my boots.
And you're dealing with the chaos of TV, timing, all this kind of stuff. And it's just like, it's weird because I remember it, but I don't remember it.
Oh, it's a blur.
Because it was
a blur.
So chaos.
It's
like you knew where you had to be, but then you're like, oh, Santana's, like you're saying, Santana's out.
It's a lot of, it's just so many moving parts.
Yeah.
How do we fix this? Okay, we know what's next, but okay, someone shuffled in. Okay, cool. We're good for now.
Geez, that's what happened with Eddie Kingston.
Great.
Okay.
And that's the wild thing. Like usually these things are pay-per-view, so you don't have those breaks.
Yes.
This is like a live television.
Yeah.
Like we're here.
Yeah.
This is a Wednesday.
Yeah. It's a Wednesday night.
This is a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
This is what we do on
I gotta take my kids to school.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. That promo that you cut after that got the world talking, and
That's
once
for
again
sure.
showcase what these guys can do with their specialties. These are, you can plant these guys anywhere and make, like they connect the dots, but this is where they're not just dots. They're bullets.
Yeah.
I think that promo.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you
absolutely.
So people see us. We're funny guys. We're fun guys. We like to have a good time.
Yeah.
Fun stuff. But there's something about when that blood is dripping down your face. You know what I mean? It just takes over, and the emotion of the match.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It
was perfect timing.
being hot right after a big match on television, and you have the blood, and my son had literally had just started walking the day before, and I had missed that because I was at rehearsal for for the match, and it all just came out. It all just.
I think it's a lot of I think it's a lot of well placed frustration too, because it's easy to be frustrated and go on rants that are negative.
Yeah,
I think with those and like what we were doing at that time was really pushing those we sat in a warehouse for 2.5 years and not complaining about it, but it didn't go our way. But now things are coming, so let's channel this into this energy of man, we're here.
Yeah.
That's what it kind of was. At that point in time. Those felt great.
Brother lost some weight, huh?
Yeah, he did.
Oh yeah.
He did.
Big time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's like you said, and everything in that promo was real. We were telling the story of Chris Jericho, how we hooked up, and at one point I say something like, we had nothing, and this guy gave us his hand, and that is real. You know what I mean? It's very real.
It is, and I think that's the real elements fans want to see. I don't think people want to see drama real.
No.
Or it does get a little or you don't want people uncomfortable in their seats or at home watching.
Yes.
That's the real that we talk about in this art of it's a blurred line.
Yes.
Is he really talking about his child?
Did this really happen?
Did this really even if it wasn't yesterday, it could have been 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But you push it a little. You can
this was yesterday,
that can still be elements
you can
of
put
it.
your little GST on there.
Yeah.
As Vito would say.
Yeah. That's where you get people you sit them a little closer, and that's what I appreciate about those kind of things. And that's I think that's what our business is built on, and that's what we need.
It's also not something you can do every week either.
No, that is true.
It's special moments.
No,
it's we've all seen them. Sometimes someone's trying to do that, and it's not the right moment.
You force the emotion.
Nope.
Or
I'm not a fan of necessarily yelling every week either.
No,
every promo, every promo's yelling. Every promo's yelling. I'm not a fan of that either, because there's a time to yell.
Yeah.
Like me, people have not seen me yell on camera yet.
Yeah.
So it's something you're saving.
I'm
in
saving
your back
because
pocket.
I need I'm more of I study more of the Daniel Day-Lewis's I talk more scintillating, subtle. It's my eyes. I use my eyes a lot on things, or a Jake the Snake Roberts. He's just I'm in control of this.
Yeah.
I'm in control of this whole situation right now.
You're forcing you to pay attention.
Yeah,
Somebody whispers,
like
you gotta
like
come
I'm
in.
not letting you get me riled up.
Yeah.
I control that,
Yeah.
not you,
There's
not
this,
you.
There's this little
me.
thing that
Yeah.
you do that I like. I don't know if it's intentional or not, but it's almost like whenever we have those walk-in promos, you don't go face to face. That you kind of almost like you're whispering into their ear.
Oh
which I
yeah.
love. It's just such a little subtle thing that's like it's a body language and like an intention thing that I love.
It's uncomfortable.
smirk.
Yeah.
It's
A
like
little-
I want to make the people I'm with or on camera with uncomfortable of my presence.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
Get in their bubble.
yes,
Yeah.
like and like people are like, oh, he's awfully close, like
Yeah.
watching. You know what I mean? Like even with Renee,
like,
I
what's
get a
gonna
little
happen?
uncomfortable
What's
with.
gonna happen?
Exactly.
Right?
There's like people think like this is the day he snaps.
Yeah.
This is the day that this is the
They're
one.
very close. Like,
Yeah.
It's like a wrestling match, like the coaches say. If you create too much space, people they relax. They know nothing's gonna happen.
It's not. There's no danger.
Right. There's no danger.
Yeah.
You're in somebody's face in a promo.
It's kind of like
What?
Jurassic Park.
No, no.
They're getting closer. They're getting
Right.
closer. Now they're in the
Right.
kitchen. Now with the
Getting
kids, and now
chicken.
you know the water's
Yeah.
like oh, danger is afoot.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Man, I like I said, like this is myself to you. I'm sure if Teasy was here in this box, this gaming box right here, sitting in
He's
this
in
chair,
the box.
you know, he would. He's a fan of yours as well. We talk wrestling every week. I talk to that man every day.
Yeah.
We talk wrestling every day. We talk music. We talk movies, comics, video games, all of it. And we always make sure like you guys are always in our conversation of like what's popping on television.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're like what really caught our eyes, you know. And like even just like simple as the jackets. I'm a fan of the jackets. I like jackets. You know me.
Jackets
I'm a
are the
jacket guy.
best. You are a jacket.
I'm a
guy.
jacket
You're
guy.
a
I'm a
guy.
denim
Yeah.
jacket
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
So I see a nice jacket. I'm like, my man.
He does.
Yeah.
He loves
I mean,
jackets.
I love a jacket.
Yeah.
Hot, cold, I'm wearing a jacket.
That's one thing that's really been nice about like with the Jericho thing too is it really gave us a way to just put a new identity to ourselves too. Because like, how does this? He said, always dress like a star.
Always dressed
Yeah.
like
Oh,
a
What's
star.
that look? Well, you got to
yeah.
figure it out.
I remember,
and then you
um,
have fun with it. It's been a blast.
The first time we all cut a promo together, it was in Texas somewhere, San Antonio
Yeah,
probably.
yeah,
Yeah, Freedom
yeah.
Coliseum. So we're all we changed the way we dress, right? We're all like the jackets, whatever. And Sanjay comes up to me right before we go out. He goes, "This has completely changed my perception of you guys."
Yep.
Yep.
That was
It's
a
instant.
direct quote.
Yeah.
This has completely changed my perception
Instantly.
of you guys.
Yeah.
Those
Pair of
subtle
white
things.
Pants.
Yeah.
Good pair of
You
white
know?
pants.
Those subtle things
Yeah.
like can mean so much, a world of difference. It's so important. Like now it's like to me it's like you guys have a visual now.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, we knew you had antics. We knew you had vocal like the vocal variety and can traject and like make you laugh. We knew you had levels.
Yeah.
Now y'all have image.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
This is
It was
somebody-
certainly
and
something
nobody
we
would have
miss
thought you guys would be image guys. That's a Jericho thing.
Yes.
You guys are
Yes.
image
And
guys.
he
now.
taught us.
Yeah.
Exactly. It rubs off.
It's
Yeah,
funny.
no,
It's
you
funny you
can't
say
not.
that because
Yeah.
Sorry.
Like myself, I never had all my career, I never had a logo.
Yeah.
I never been a logo guy. Now I'm like,
logo
oh,
everywhere.
I have
Everywhere.
a
Yeah.
logo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people are like, what does it mean? What is that? Is this that? Does this mean that? I'm like, now it's making people think I have a logo. Now I'm like, I can be a logo guy now.
And when you switched it up, like I think it was just maybe at the tail end of the stuff you're doing on 205, I think it was, or
Yep.
you had just switched up that look a little bit because I think you went to the
I didn't even ask. I just did it.
right. At first, you had the short tights and stuff. Your hair was shorter, and you had the round glasses, and I remember you had a denim vest, and it was a good look. But then you found this one.
Glasses. You had
Yeah.
the glasses. You
Yeah,
had
it was the
glasses,
round
right?
glass, and like then you found this
Jazz
one,
man.
and it was like, oh, man, it was the piano man.
Yeah, like
song was dope,
that's
by the
one
way.
thing I always like. I always wanted music to be incorporated. It's always been like because I remember when I debuted in CZW, Sammy Callahan, God bless him, he told me like everybody's going to come out with hard hip hop or hard metal,
yeah,
especially it
for
was like
sure.
2012,
Oh, yeah.
2011. It was like everybody's going to come out with something hard.
Mhm.
Let's go the opposite way. I got
Yep.
something. We were riding up here and we just put on like a best of
Mm-hmm.
like the 80s or something like
Yeah.
that, and this came on. What do you think? And it was it was best 70s technically. Jackson 5.
Woo.
I Want You Back.
Ah,
Hey,
yeah.
And so everybody's seeing,
What
and
a
then mine
change.
came
Yeah,
out.
what a
It was like,
change.
and everybody was like, wait, I kind of like
is
this.
this?
It
Yep.
put an instant smile on people's face,
Yeah.
and I was like,
And makes them pay attention.
Yes.
and yes. I'm like, okay, now I got to see what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
And you know,
Who's this guy?
yeah. And this was CZW, hard,
Right, which
in Philly.
that's an audience
In Philly.
yeah.
So the fact that I kind of went the other way, I got more respect from the audience because of that, in a sense. So I never really got like the who are you chants, or don't come back, or I never really got those. But I also never got the please come back chants either. So, but
so you're right in the middle.
I was
right in the middle.
But I'll
Real indifferent.
yeah, but I'll take that though, because that means like we'll wait to give them.
Let's get to know
Let's see them again.
Let's get to know them.
At least they genuinely cared.
Yes.
You know, not you know what I mean. And so that evolved into Ain't Nobody, Shaka Khan.
Yeah.
So like music kind of always carried me through my career. Now it's like, okay, now it's national TV. How do I find the freaking sound? And then now I'm like now I got to making my own music, but I was like, how do I still stay music oriented? And then it became like I cut the promo on Rampage, my debut on Rampage against Tony Nese, and I was like, yeah, I'm not like, he called me a rapper. I'm like, I'm not a rapper, I'm a mogul. And I was like, maybe I'm above music. Maybe I'm above the rap. Maybe I'm not the rapper now. Maybe I'm the entity.
And it's not a word you hear all the time.
It's not a word you hear in wrestling.
Yeah,
ever.
no,
That's for sure.
Yeah, so I'm just like, maybe that's, and it just started carrying things. I'm like, I don't have friends. I don't have friends. Friends leave you. Like, there's no love in this industry. I don't love anybody. Nobody loves me either, but they need me and I need them. They're affiliates. We're affiliates.
Oh, that's what the two guys are.
They're affiliates. They're not my friends.
Nope.
I don't have friends. Like friends? No.
Friends, TV show.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Austin, right?
That is good.
That's hilarious.
I thought it was Robbie E for a second. I was like, sure.
Yeah.
Robbie.
Man, so let's pivot, man. We've been talking a lot of wrestling. Let's talk about some.
God, yes.
Yo, so actually, we're still talking about wrestling, kind of.
Talk about NFL. You want to pick the games this weekend?
We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. Them Fightful Select and then PWI's awards came. Use your phone. Look, who won these awards?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't even.
Fightful.
Yeah, or I see everybody got the plaques.
Fightful Select Awards 2022. There's bangers.
In my ass. In my ass. Yeah.
Who cares?
Fightful Select Awards. Here we go.
I remember the one year it was like a lot of just AEW across the board. Now they kind of like even it out more with like WWE and all that stuff.
I think Josh Alexander, Jordan Grace, Mike Bailey, more.
What did they win? Who did they win? What about
List of AEW winners.
How important
Let's
are
start
these?
there. We'll talk about our company.
Yeah. Please, for the love of God.
All right. What are we looking for?
What are they showing?
The award for biggest surprise, the winner.
What does that even mean?
This is last year, 2000. Yeah, Adam Cole, Bryan Danielson's debut. This is last year.
Yeah,
What are we talking about?
that was big. So who got the award?
Well, them, I guess.
Both of them.
Ah.
They shared it.
Best moment on the mic. Winner, CM Punk returns.
Okay, that was this year.
Yeah, that was definitely this year. What else we got here? Biggest what the moment. Winner, the New Year's Eve street fight.
Was that the girls?
Yeah.
That was.
Was it?
Anna and
That was the one with Bunny.
yeah.
Was that?
Yeah, Anna and Tay against.
Last year.
Yeah.
But this is last year. So what are we doing?
I don't know.
This is very confusing,
You pulled it up?
Fightful.
Moving on.
Bob Ross Sapp. It's very confusing,
Yeah,
Bob.
I tried to give you some pub, Sean, and PWI and Meltzer and all them. Now y'all wasting my time. Never again. Not on my show. Not on my show. I heard Dave's been putting me over lately.
It's over.
Hey, Dave's great.
Who's Dave?
We had Dave Meltzer on our
On our
YouTube
show, we did that one time.
I'll
great.
have him on. I'll have him on if he's
Great
local.
dude, fun to talk to.
He'll say yes.
He will say
He'll
yes.
come on.
Yeah. Do I want him in my house though? I don't know.
Oh, you do it on the
You
Zoom.
do it on the Zooms.
No, I like this.
StreamYard.
I like this. You're gonna speak. You're gonna speak to me a little differently when you're
Yeah,
here.
sure, sure.
Because I'm a little close. You
You're
know.
on your face. I'm feeling good now. This is
Yeah.
water.
So, y'all pay attention to these Rolling Stones lists and everything.
I mean, I see.
Are y'all music guys really?
Ish. Not. You know what? Not particularly. Not particularly. No. Like top 40.
Yeah.
Top 40 guys.
No, they're doing They did
know?
top 200.
Yeah.
Greatest singers
They did.
ever.
Yeah, they
Ever.
left
Okay.
Celine Dion off the freaking list.
No.
Were we going there? I swear to God, they left Celine off the list.
Yep.
I don't know if you were
Then I
going there
don't
with
trust-
that.
I was eventually going to get there.
How do you leave this woman off?
Then I don't
First
trust
of
the
all,
list. The
a
list
Quebec
is wrong.
hero,
Yeah.
Canadian hero,
One of the greatest songs of all time on a movie soundtrack.
The Titanic, My Heart Will Go On.
Heart Will Go On is not 200 list
Unbelievable.
worthy.
That's no.
Nope. Who
No,
put
the
this
list is wrong.
They,
The list
they
is
must
wrong.
have just forgotten. She's been out of the.
But still.
But speaking of
You're
lists,
talking
though,
vocalist. She comes up. No
It
question.
has to.
Her
right?
and Whitney. Come on.
Right. But speaking of lists, our boy Chris Jericho, I just saw on his
I,
Instagram.
so yeah,
Did you
what was
see
that? That
this?
was 50. He was
50 heavy metal singers. The top
He's
50.
50.
He's 50.
That's
is
crazy.
unbelievable.
Love it.
That's
Right?
incredible.
I
You know
felt like
why?
I was
Because
blown away
I think
just
it's
by
because he's
seeing that.
still going.
Maybe.
Probably.
He's still going. So
Probably.
like the more I feel like the more current you are, you kind of like jump ahead
Well,
of a lot of these
it's
lists.
the recency bias.
It
Yeah.
doesn't-
Right?
It doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
It's like, in the season, the
'Cause
NFL season, everybody does the rankings. But if you get the win
Yeah.
on Sunday, on Monday, they're pushing you up. Even if you got blown out the week before,
Yep.
which is my problem with the Bengals. They barely beat the Ravens 2 weeks ago with a backup freaking quarterback. Okay.
Yeah, that happened.
And everybody's crowning them because they smoked the Bills. Hats off to you, Burrow. Okay, they smoked them.
Smoked him.
But
I
you
watched it.
barely snuck by the Ravens. Okay, it took a miracle. The fumble on the 1 yard line. Bozo takes it 99 yards the other way. Anyways, I'm
Well,
done.
it was the same thing with like the Jags. It was the same thing with the Jags. They
Yeah.
they struggled to get past the Titans.
Yeah.
You know, it took that fumble return
And then
from
the-
Josh
the-
Allen,
the-
but then they did come back 27-0 on the Chargers. Who was
Unbelievable.
That was-
who was
yeah.
actually like projected earlier in the season to go to the
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Of course, yeah.
Chargers are a
Everybody
very
was-
solid team.
But,
Yeah.
but
Pull that.
funny story that game. So I'm watching it right on NBC, and it's 27 nothing. I'm just like, oh, I'm done. I'm going to bed. So
I kind of went to play some fake football on Madden.
So I go to bed because I got a son. He's going to be up at 6:45 no matter what. And then I get a text from Taz. Oh, they needed that before halftime. I'm like, oh, I guess the Jags they scored. I guess they scored. Okay, cool. So I'm just looking at my phone. 20 minutes. Still a little early in the night, so I'm not going to bed. Like falling asleep right away. And then I see the comebacks on. And my wife tells me, I guess she had checked the score.
I was Instagram me. They said that he threw another
Right.
touchdown strike to make it 20. I was like, 20?
So-
Wait a minute,
so
what?
So she goes, I think they're coming back. She goes, do you want to get up? I go, no, I'm not getting up. I'm going to ruin it if I get up. So I stayed in bed. I sacrificed for the Khan family.
So that's what
That's
got
what
it
did
done.
it.
That's what got it.
That's
done.
what did it.
Yeah.
All right? Daddy Magic staying in bed.
I
That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I like to wear the jerseys.
Yeah.
At home. I'm become that guy. I'm old now,
I
man.
was.
I wear the hat and the jersey, and I wear
Who's
my
your
Rams.
team? Who's your
I'm a
team?
Rams. I like Rams.
Okay, there you go.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you were a St. Louis Rams guy?
Oh yeah,
You followed
greatest
them
show on
over.
turf.
Yeah,
Greatest
yeah,
show on
yeah,
turf.
Isaac Bruce.
Isaac
Marshall
Bruce,
Faulk.
Marshall Falk, Torrey Holt,
There you
Kevin
go.
Curtis, all them guys.
Kurt Warner.
Dre Bly.
Wow,
I know him.
Lie,
I
that's
know
a
him.
name I never
Leonard
thought I'd
Little.
hear again.
wow.
I was there with the Mark Bulger days. I was there with
Mark Bulger, Trent Green.
the Brady Quinn days.
Those are
Man.
some thin years.
Ooh.
Some thin years.
Ooh.
Here's our boys. Huh?
Yeah, doing the thing.
Um,
But yeah, I've through and through. So like I said, at least we got
it was a rough one this year.
At least we got our Super
Yeah.
Bowl in this decade.
You went all-
At
you
least
went all
we
in.
got it. We got it
got
within the
one.
2020s plus.
You can coast for a little
we
bit.
can run.
Close for a little
So and we got I was actually more proud of Stafford finally getting his.
Yeah.
Because it was always those years of like,
So-
is he that guy? Is he that guy?
yeah.
You know he could throw the ball.
It's like he had Megatron for all those years, and
Yeah.
then they didn't make the playoffs.
He never had a defense. He never had a pass rush defense. He never had a defense that like people need to understand. No matter how good your quarterback is, if you don't have a defense that can put him in position to win, he's no good.
No,
And that's
it's
what happened with
neutralized.
yeah, you're done. So you need a defense to play the field position game, so he can doesn't have to throw 80-yard drives and doesn't have to waste 8-9 minutes off the clock to
your
get up.
turnover.
Yeah, no, we got a defense that got the interception, but got the fumble. We're starting at the 40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody can now you can
Yeah.
now your whole play calls are different.
Sure.
Your whole mindset is different. Your confidence is up. There's all these things come into play. It's not just momentum.
Yeah.
The crowd, we shutting them up now. They're not
Yes.
so loud anymore. There's only two people that can really get momentum from that, and that's
Detroit.
Tom Brady and stuff
Detroit,
like that.
That's
That's a whole
franchise.
now
It's a
they
franchise
are
that's-
fun to watch now.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Didn't they go? What they go 7-1 to end the season?
Yeah, yeah.
To
Yep.
finish 8.
They were
9 and 8,
they are
8 and
fun.
9?
I'm on I'm on Ross St. Brown.
Mhm.
A stud.
Yeah. He's a
Stud.
big fantasy football guy. Huh?
I don't do fantasy. I just
No,
like
you
do
do
watching.
the Madden.
Yeah.
You do a lot of
I
Madden.
do a lot of Madden.
Okay.
I'm a video game guy. Yeah. Fantasy, I'm like, I don't know.
Okay.
Because it takes too much focus to watch, and like you got to watch everybody or all. Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
I watch my Red Zone and I play my Madden.
It does
I
take
keep
some
it fun. I keep it fun.
dedication.
I keep
you
it
gotta
fun.
dedicate. You gotta watch.
I'm not going to your house to get on the board and put like. Yeah, I'm not doing all that. No,
Nah,
it's too
for
much.
me.
Too much. You come to my house. But anyway, yeah, like, but I do stay up with the sports. I love going to the Jacksonville games.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fun.
I really enjoy that. Thank
Great
you,
time.
Tony. Like mega appreciate the seats and the parking.
Oh, yeah.
The parking. Oh,
Oh.
thank the parking.
Oh.
Lord.
Yeah, it's a mess out there if you don't, you know.
Oh,
It's a disaster.
I'm like, I will walk across this highway,
Yeah.
the bridge,
yeah, across the bridge.
the bridge.
Across
Yeah.
the bridge.
But I think this was a really fun season. We're coming to a head.
Yeah.
Who do
Not
we
over.
have tomorrow? Sunday.
I mean, so I'm a Chiefs fan, lifelong Chiefs fan.
What brought you to the Chiefs?
I was Joe Montana. Truth be,
I was about to say
it
Dante
was.
Hall.
The
the Priest Holmes.
Priest, I mean, that was.
I was
early
a Priest Holmes
2000s.
fan.
But it was 94, 95. He was also on Joe Montana football. And then that transitioned to NFL football with Joe Montana,
Mm-hmm.
like 94, 95. And he's on the cover in the Chiefs jersey. And I was just like,
That's my guy.
that's
That's
my
my
team.
guy.
That's my
That's
guy.
That's my
And
guy.
that is my team. And then it was 25 years of misery, a lot of misery, a lot of tears.
Ooh,
And
talk
then now
about it.
we've been blessed for
Yeah.
5
Who
years.
would have thought? Who would have put Pat Mahomes as this, like the new
not
like
me.
sensation?
The guy.
I remember when we drafted him
Right.
because we had Alex Smith and we had a great season.
Smith is cool, but
2017.
he's like the Kirk Cousins.
Right, but it was like we finally had stability at that
For sure.
position where
For
we,
sure.
we had never had since Joe, and I was like, oh no, this is crazy. I don't know this kid. Where is he from? Texas
Something.
Tech?
No,
Texas,
was it Texas Tech?
Nah,
No. It wasn't Texas Tech. It was like
Texas something. And you just I didn't
Making
know.
me
I
have
didn't
to
know.
do
I honestly I didn't know. But God bless Brett Veach. He knew, and he knew, and we got it done. You know.
where that boy?
Come on now, Swerve.
Where that boy?
We're on the clock
Atta
here,
boy.
folks.
Keep talking. God damn it.
Well, so what do we get? So anyway, you hurt his ankle last week, and I don't trust it.
Yeah, Texas Tech. You're right, Texas Tech.
I knew it.
You better know where your quarterback's from.
He hurt his ankle, high ankle sprain. I've been watching him all week.
Man, they're gonna needle that thing up, and he's gonna be
Oh yeah, but
freaking.
no, but
miracle
just. Anyways, screw Burrow. I can't stand these guys.
You don't like him?
No, I mean I did until he's beaten us 3 times in a row, and the arrogance. Did you watch Cincinnati Mayor that put out a little message? This loser, one of the biggest losers you'll ever see. I promise you. Okay, now you pull it up after we're done here. Okay, Renee Paquette, John Moxley. This is your town. This is the guy that
Sammy
leads
Callahan,
your town.
Zach Wentz.
Oh my God,
Yeah, those
group of
guys.
losers. So I can't.
Orange is a horrible color to wear.
With that, I mean, first of all, I think they have the greatest helmets in all.
Don't
of
say that to Taz.
Woo! That's a good one.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
Yeah, you know.
Great helmet.
With that said, I'm taking the Bengals to win.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because I'm a very negative person.
Yeah.
I'm a very negative fan.
Yeah,
And
you set
it's
the
just-
bar
I,
low.
I just got to do
Yeah.
what I got to do for the team.
Curtail your hopes.
Get into, that's just what I got to
Into
do
mode.
for success. Like I stayed in bed for the Jags and the Khan family. I got to be in a negative mindset going into Sunday.
I'll tell you one. I just love where the AFC is at with the young quarterbacks right now. We're going to be entertained for the next 15 years
Yeah.
with these quarterbacks in the AFC.
Everyone stays healthy.
No question.
That's
Yeah.
And Trevor Lawrence
Young
out of nowhere had a
guns,
great year.
Trevor
You know
Lawrence
what I mean?
everywhere.
We,
What
yeah.
a turnaround from last season.
Man, all I'm telling you right now, Trevor needs like that go up top skill
Yeah.
player.
You should tell Tony about this.
I mean, I know he has
you
Calvin
should-
Ridley coming.
You should
Calvin
tell
Ridley's
Tony.
coming.
You should tell Tony.
Tony,
It's funny.
let's go get Devontae Adams. Give him whatever he wants. Yeah.
You watch those transitions through leagues. Look, maybe I guess like a decade ago it was very crop of running backs were coming in.
Oh, yeah.
It was just all running
Studs.
backs.
Studs.
And then that switches over to now it's just quarterback city.
I was just talking to my buddy. I'm like, there's no more Ray Lewises. There's no more Patrick Willises.
Yeah.
The Luke Kuechly's. That
Yeah.
position is like, you got Fred Warner, but that's just the one. We don't have you don't have that Lawrence
Dominant.
Taylor.
Yeah, the linebacker.
Yeah,
or,
the middle
No.
linebacker,
Yeah.
the main guy,
Yeah.
the play caller,
the captain.
like we picked up freaking Bobby Wagner, and it didn't matter because
Right.
like it's all about that edge. Can you get
Chris
pressure off the
Jones,
edge?
yeah.
Chris Jones is like or Aaron Donalds. like the Micah Parsons, you
Get
gotta
after 'em.
get
Get
out the
after 'em.
edge. Montez Sweats,
You know?
Daniil Hunters, you gotta come off the edge. You have to have speed. You gotta have speed coming off the edge.
So
Especially now in this league.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
These plays are like
Like everybody is fast.
everybody,
Everybody.
all of them.
330-pound
Why,
light.
just gonna
Where
run
my-
a 4-5,
give me a 4-4,
a 4-3.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know?
It all started with those Alden Smiths.
Yeah.
Ran a 4.29 or
In
whatever.
what world?
Look at Aaron Donald. How jacked he is.
Yeah.
He is. I met him. the night we won the Super Bowl in
Did you
LA.
really?
And I went to the banquet.
Wow, I had
Oh,
no
yeah, you
idea.
I went to the banquet because shout out Nita Strauss, former guest on the Swerve City podcast, and Josh. I was just in LA watching the game, and then like he called me. He's like, "Yo, man, it was crazy, man. It's been awesome, man." And I was like, "Yeah, it was great." He's like, "Yeah, I'm at the banquet. Where you at?"
You went to the You went to the Super Bowl.
I didn't go to the Super Bowl. I just
Okay.
went to a party
Okay.
and watched it, but I went back to my Airbnb,
Yeah.
and then he was like, "Wait, you're in town? I got a guest pass. Come through."
Oh,
I was like,
come on,
I was like,
that's
I was. It was
amazing.
literally like,
That's so wild.
I was like getting him up.
Why
Whoop, yes, sir.
yeah,
Called
yeah.
an Uber, went right out there.
That's tremendous.
Walked around, met a couple players, but it was like late, so a lot of guys were like heading out now. So I met like some of the people. I was like, all right, I think I'm gonna head out. Walking by, and I see in the corner of the table, just like I was like,
Yeah.
Aaron Donald right there with like his
Doing
3
curls?
security
Doing
guards.
curls?
Doing some curls.
No, and that man was chilling. And he was just a simple dude. He wasn't blinged out or crazy. He had like one little chain, flannel on. He was just chilling, having a good time. I'm like, yeah. He had like just 2 security guys, but like he had his girl with him, his friends, and his security. I went over and I was like, mind if I say hi? I was literally wearing his jersey.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yo, man, yeah, nice to meet you." That brought in hug.
Yeah.
I'm like, they just weren't allowing pictures because it was the banquet and all that.
Sure.
But like, I was just like, I don't need a picture.
Yeah.
That like the night we won the
Yeah,
Super Bowl.
yeah.
That is like
Come
a
on.
mental picture
Come
in
on.
my brain that's going to be
Yeah.
instilled with me forever.
That's a story you're going to be telling on the couch
yes.
40 years from now, you know?
I will, like even when he's long gone, retired, I'm going to wear this jersey.
Yeah.
No matter what. It's special when you meet your guys.
Of course.
And they're great.
But they're great guys. They treat you awesome.
Yeah. Well, again,
Yeah, like
I mean, it
yeah,
comes
they
full
treat you
circle,
great.
though, like
Like
someone you
sure.
grow up
Hey.
idolizing. And,
Hey, Rey
Yeah.
Mysterio,
yeah.
Yeah.
one of my greatest people I've ever met in this wrestling business, still to this day. Autographed the whole.
Such a
Lucha.
nice dude.
Oh, he's
Like,
awesome.
yeah, there's something so nice about that when you meet people that you look up to or admire, and like,
Wow.
they're just great people. It's like, this is awesome. I'm glad you're a good person.
Oh, thank
The
God.
Stinger.
The
Thing,
Stinger.
great,
The Stinger.
My goodness.
awesome people.
man.
Well, yeah, like man, we can go on a list. Like Big Show, awesome.
Yeah.
I love talking to Paul.
Yep.
Oh my God, Mark Henry. And,
Oh, Mark Henry, what a guy.
oh, yeah.
Gem.
Talk to him.
Yeah.
I have to talk to him every week. I must. I make it a point.
Let's say hello.
I have to just. I have to
Pay your
just
respects.
have a conversation with him every week. Y'all big video gamers?
Nope. We're adults. How about that, huh?
Y'all watch anything like television? What are y'all watching on TV? Movies wise, this would have
The
been
Office right now again.
this would have been a really good chit trap. Post that you
Ooh.
in there. Our segment of the show.
Oh. Segment of the show.
Segment of
Yeah.
yeah.
What are you watching?
Office reruns.
No, I just going through it with
Just
my
giving
wife.
a run through.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the classics. You know, your Sopranos, The Wire. Breaking
I'm watching
Bad.
nothing new. There's some good out there right now.
There's I was talking with Adam Cole the other night, and he gave me some show. Garcia gave me a show. What's the
Yeah.
Garcia tweeted about something today? It was like The Wire, but it's English.
Yeah, he was saying. I can't
Top
remember.
Boy.
Yeah, there you
Top Boy's
go.
great.
Yeah,
I
so
never
good.
watched it, but I heard it's like
There you go.
I might need to get into it. It's like I might
Yeah.
because I've been hearing Top Boy for
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I've
on
been
every
hearing a lot about
podcast or forum I
Okay.
listen to. Everybody universally loves it. Right now, Last of Us is kicking ass. It's
Yeah, I've heard that was good.
incredible,
That was
I've heard
that.
that was
Yes,
good.
that was one.
incredible.
Luchasaurus told me something today, and he's like, "Do you have Hulu? You got to watch it." I'm like, "I'm not getting a Hulu. I gotta
Yeah,
get.
come on.
You know how many subscriptions I have?
Not enough.
It's enough. Not enough. You know. Yeah. Good point.
There are some good Hulu exclusive shows. Like you're probably not into the 50 Cent universe.
Why you say
of-
that? What if I am?
You're not even watching
Big
Hulu.
50 Cent guy. Big 50 Cent.
You,
guy.
you got the star.
I love the vitamin water.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
powder my nose.
Yeah. You get into the you got the stars.
I love In the Club.
Did you like the candy shop?
Candy Shop. Candy Shop. It's pretty good. Pimp. P-I-M-P.
Get Rich.
Yeah,
It's
Get
a
Rich is
horribly great bad movie.
You know.
I love it,
what
though.
You think
I love it.
about me. VIMP. Huh? How about that? Who used to come out to that? Somebody used to come out to that.
If some, please.
Shawn Michaels' student. He did Ultimate X a couple times. Matt Bentley. God, was that his name? Michael Shane.
Angelo Parker, please come back.
Michael Shane.
soon.
What's the problem?
Yeah.
What's wrong? What's the problem?
You're rapping. I don't like this. I don't like the
Rapping?
rapping.
I
You're
love
doing the
rap.
raps. Are
Big
you
rap guy.
Are you in the MCU?
I don't know what that is.
Marvel?
No.
Jesus Christ.
No. You know what? You know what I'm into these days? You ever watch Miss Rachel? Huh?
Y'all are
Miss
old.
Rachel,
Y'all are
she's,
old.
No.
Y'all.
She says show for toddlers. We sing Old McDonald. Old
Oh
McDonald.
yeah.
Is it
You're-
Old
yeah.
McDonald or O McDonald?
I thought it was old.
I thought it was but
McDonald's
she says,
old.
She says old. Old McDonald had a farm.
Oh, McDonald.
E-I-E-I-O.
Angelo,
Huh, how about that?
hurry
huh?
up.
What else you want to talk about? This Annie? How terrible it is.
Is
Woo!
you watched the
No,
Golden
it's fine.
Globes?
They've actually improved.
Yeah.
No, I'm not watching the Golden Globes.
You didn't watch the. You should have watched the Golden Globes.
Oh, they passed already. When's the Academy Awards? Around the,
the Golden.
corner.
We just had a Golden Globes winner
Who?
in L.A.
Who?
Paul Hauser.
I don't know who that is.
Jeff
Probably-
Jarrett hit him in the head with a guitar.
Oh, yeah, brother. That's right. He did a great job.
He's
He
fantastic.
did a great
He
job.
better be good. He's
Yeah.
a Golden Globe
Yeah,
winner.
he was terrific. And you could tell that he loved wrestling. I just dropped
he
the
was-
cap, and now it's really going to bother me.
It's going to bother me.
And I love that he buried the other guys. That was nice.
He's tremendous. Like coming in, like when we had, I was up in the parking lot.
I don't want to ruin the sound, but can I push this away? Just
Yeah. So while you're in the bathroom, old Daddy Magic here
I love
doesn't
rap
watch.
music.
He loves the rap. He loves the 50 cents, and he does not like the Marvel universes or any of the movies.
No,
You don't get into it. Yeah.
I mean, I've watched them.
I've
I'm
outgrown
over
them.
it.
Whatever.
You know what year is this?
I read
I have to
the.
grow up. Can we have real movies
I
again?
read the Civil
We have
Wars.
rom-coms.
No.
You know what? I
They don't
miss a
exist.
good comedy.
They don't
I
exist.
do miss a
I
good
miss
comedy.
a good like.
anymore.
I miss a good American Pie. I miss a
They-
good
no.
Hangover. I miss a good like.
You know what?
You'll never see
I
them
watched the other day, which is a really fun movie, is the Weird Al documentary.
The documentary or the
Movie.
the
movie biography. Sorry, not documentary.
with
biography.
Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah.
Okay, it was on
It was a
downstairs.
blast.
I didn't really
was
pay
a
attention. I was
blast.
like, this is a little. I
So
don't know how I feel about
it's in that vein of just
Gotcha.
ridiculous comedy because it's
Yeah.
not spoilers to anybody if you haven't seen it yet.
Turn
mute.
it off.
But yeah, it's not an actual biography pick. It's
just-
a parody of.
it. Okay,
So it's
because I saw him like doing karate in the
Yeah,
kitchen, and
exactly.
his wife is like
It's a documentary.
Pablo Escobar. So I'm like,
yeah, it was fun. It
Hey,
was
I love Narcos.
Narcos.
Narcos is
good.
a great show.
Very good.
Great show.
I can't remember what podcast I was listening to the other day, but someone was talking about the movie industry, and they're basically saying how there's no room anymore for those smaller movies
Yeah, they don't
because you
wanna take
either
the
got to
risk.
do an independent film or you got to do a blockbuster, and there's no real in between now for those. You know,
I don't know, like the A24 studio productions.
they do some of them.
They are like
I think streaming has something to do. Like it kind of ruined the.
oh yeah, stream is ruining a lot of things right now. But like
Yeah, A24s.
A24, they like I just watched Pearl for the first time. Oh, excellent! So you watch X and then watch Pearl.
Yeah.
Like pretty
Everything
cool.
they do is good.
It's
I haven't
so
seen
good.
anything from them that I was.
They're
like,
rocking right now.
so good.
My favorite movie of 2022 was Barbarian.
Yeah,
Oh,
same. I haven't watched
Oh.
it yet either.
oh, I don't want to tell you anything about it. And don't look up any trailers.
Nah.
There's barely any to find.
Good.
Was the warlord in there? Or?
No, just Barb. Just Barb.
Yeah, I hope you do get to
I'm a
it.
staunch no trailer watcher.
Oh,
I don't watch trailers
no.
because
I used to-
especially
I
for
used to.
comedies, dude.
Oh,
They
no.
give away the best stuff in the trailer.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
they
you just
do.
watch why. Okay, everything else is
That's
fine.
what I'm saying. There's no good comedies again. Like they're not like those risque, edgy.
Right.
You know, like
Yeah, they're taking a risk. They don't want to take the risk
Yeah,
anymore because
Nope.
they're going to lose the money. You know.
I haven't seen a good stand-up special in a while either. They're just besides outside of like Dave Chappelle.
What's
Bill
his
Burr's
name?
new one was solid. He went back to.
Did he get in trouble? Did he get in trouble?
Well, he towed that line.
Yeah.
A little more than he had been.
Yeah.
There's your friend. He's about to fight.
You know.
He was about to do something. But yeah.
To Bill Maher
uh,
recently, I thought that was pretty good.
Ari Shafir's
Ari Shafir.
newest one
no,
is fantastic. It's just on.
Got in
I
big
think it's
trouble
called.
when
I think it's
that
called
COVID
Jew.
passed away.
And
Yeah, it is. It is called Jew.
It was amazing.
I went to see Tony Baker. If you don't know Tony Baker on Instagram, the guy that does the voiceovers with the cats and the animals.
Okay.
And stuff.
Okay.
Hilarious
That's
stand up.
So good.
And like he's so funny. Like in person, I got to meet him, meet him backstage and stuff. I wanted to bring him out to LA when we were out there. Yeah. But he's taking like just hiatus because he's been touring stuff. Great guy.
It was a great comedy special. John LaQuasto's.
John,
physical.
Shout out John LaQuasto. We had a skit at the end of that. Swerve
Physical
City.
therapy.
Yeah, on his audio, we have he interrupts our studio session and we kick him out.
That's great. Taking care of our friends, you know. Taking care of our
we share everything. Yeah. We share. We move it around. And speaking of which, thank you for coming on the Swerve City podcast, sharing your time, sharing your struggles, your pain, your overcoming those obstacles, your advice for if you may not be advice to you, but it's advice to somebody else out there that's watching this, that subscribes to our show, then it's going to take like, they probably hit their wall and they're like, they can't find a way to like get any further. Maybe what y'all told,
always
like the situation y'all were in can really inspire them to, you know what, I'm gonna change direction and actually I'm gonna pivot.
It's something we always went by is just like, you don't quit.
You don't quit.
Like you're going to find a way to get there eventually. Or it might not be what you thought it was. You know, like, look, we thought we'd have a 15-year career in WWE. Didn't work out that way.
Right.
It ended up like, look, getting fired was the worst thing that ever happened to us. Like his wife is pregnant. We're Canadian. They're kind of forcing us together.
You have a small window of time to make things happen.
Wanted us out of the country.
Yeah. Yep.
And it was just your whole world collapse. And then all of a sudden, it's the greatest thing that ever happened.
Exactly.
By far the greatest thing that ever happened.
I was just listening to something from Denzel Washington. He was doing an interview, and he said, you won't start your journey without commitment, and you won't finish your journey without consistency. Yeah. So stay doing what you guys do. Don't change. Maybe modify.
Yes.
But you don't change what y'all are doing. Y'all adapt. Just like that legend.
Be ready to adapt.
Just like that legend over there on that wall. Adapt. Don't be afraid to like maneuver, but stay who you are. Stay committed. Man, keep doing it. Y'all are amazing. JAS over here, Daddy Magic, Angelo Parker. Hell yeah. Two of my favorite people on the AEW roster in the wrestling industry, period. They're welcome back anytime.
Heck yeah.
Y'all legends on this show now. Y'all legends, man.
Maybe I want to be on the wall.
Maybe I'll play a video game and we can talk about video games.
Yeah.
Have a good Mario Brothers 3.
I do.
Super episode.
I have a PlayStation 3 right here.
That's the only console I have.
That's the one.
That and a Wii.
I love it. I love it so much.
Fun. The Wii
is a blast.
This is the only This is the only thing that me and TZ literally get into chess matches over. Fight Night 3.
Oh, that was
my goodness.
Yeah. 64.
Like we've spent an hour in here on one fight because we went 15 rounds.
That's ridiculous.
I'm like, who set this to 15 rounds? Oh, blistered.
Yeah, of course.
Blistered. Because some of those they don't even have the rubber on it. So we're just like slicing.
It's like playing Madden and doing the whole 60 minutes. Beat you.
Well, he does better with the faster guys because he's a better counter puncher. I'm a heavy puncher. So when we get heavyweights, I get them. And when we start getting down to the weight classes and we get quick and I got to time punch blocks and counters, he gets me. But heavy punches, I'm like, rocked him, boom.
Still hold a grudge? That's fair.
We got to play. We got the Super Bowl tonight. I got to play him.
Jeez.
Super Bowl.
I am the Dolphins. I am the Dolphins, and he is who is TZ? I forget who he is. Seattle. Yeah.
Oh, good guess.
Daddy Magic. He is
good
Seattle.
Answer.
He is Seattle. He is Seattle. But we did fantasy draft, so he has Trevor Lawrence. I have Lamar Jackson.
Oh wow.
But he has some weapons. He has a great defense. His defense is better than mine. I'll give him that. But I have Jalen Waddle, Jamison Williamson, and Dawson Knox with Breece Hall out the backfield.
I believe.
Very nice.
That's how we're going to close this episode.
Please keep us posted on who wins the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Are there commercials during it?
No. Okay. That
been great.
That would mean we make money.
An absolute
and we're not. Be confident in everything you do. Wash your ass and do your homework.
Very close.
Wash your ass and do your homework.
Wash your ass and do your homework.
That's great.